Hi, Gino here from Linkit, and today I'll be taking you through one of three ways of performing a full stock take on Syspro. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to like, share, and maybe link it with your peers and colleagues so they too can get filled in on the awesome information that we share on this channel. All right, let's get started. All right, so why perform a stock take? Well, there are benefits to performing a stock take, such as analysis on stock versus consumption, safeguarding against theft and fraud, and gross profit and margin controls. These are just a few benefits of performing a stock take. But basically, a stock take allows you to keep an accurate track of the physical stock you have, what's been sold, and what hasn't. It's all about comparing the physical stock to what the report says, then finding any discrepancies and acting against them. Syspro enables you to perform all the functions relating to a stock take. The system allows you to define, count, and update the items or group of items that you want to include in the stock take. I will now demonstrate how stock take tickets work. But for now, let's run through the setup of stock take tickets. For this demonstration, we will set up the stationary format for stock take tickets. And how we do that is we come to the Syspro programs program list, click on inventory, click on stock take system, reports, and then we've got stock take tickets. Select the desired warehouse or the warehouse you want to perform a stock take for. Click on define format. To change the ticket preferences, simply highlight ticket preferences, click on change, and it gives you the various options. Once you're done, click on close. If you want to edit information in the detail section, the stock take ticket, then you can come there, click on change. As you can see, it's already set up. Syspro puts this as default with the demonstration company, but this all can be changed according to any user's preferences. If you're happy with that, click on close. Save your changes if any changes were made, and close the program. Okay, once we're done with the stock take ticket stationary format and how we want it to look like, the next step is to start the stock take process, which is done as follows. Click on inventory, click on stock take system, transaction processing, and stock take selection, which will then open up the stock take selection program. You can list or you can choose to do a stock take for a single warehouse. For our example, we will use a single warehouse. Okay, once we're done with the stock take ticket stationary format and how we want it to look like, the next step is to start the stock take process, which is done as follows. Click on inventory, click on stock take system, transaction processing, and stock take selection, which will then open up the stock take selection program. You can list or you can choose to do a stock take for a single warehouse. For our example, we will use a single warehouse. Once the stock take criteria has been set on the system, the next step is to actually print our stock take tickets. And to do that, we simply go back to stock take tickets. Under reports, click on stock take tickets, This time, you just click on print. Click on print, and it should display all the stock codes that we had previously selected in our stock take selection criteria. And this will be printed out and then used to compare with what's on the system versus what's physically on our shelves or on the floor in the warehouse. Once the stock take has been completed, meaning you've printed the stock take tickets with quantities, done a physical count in the warehouse or the floor, and compared the quantities, Syspro then provides us with 3 ways in which the new stock quantities can be captured, namely stock take capture by stock code, or stock take import. For our example, we will use stock take capture. Inventory, stock take system, transaction processing, click on stock take capture. A very important note to consider once the stock take capture program has been opened. At default capture method, you get 2 options, increase and replace. Selecting increase will add any new quantities counted for an item to the quantity previously counted. Selecting replace will replace any previously counted quantities for an item with the new quantity that's been counted. All right, so I will choose to replace the quantities, and I will apply a reference to my stock take, because this reference will be then used in your inventory journals. Once you're happy with all the criteria, then you simply click on Start Capture, and it'll start capturing the stock code quantities. Let's browse for one of the stock codes. Let's say A113. Press the tab button, then in. Reference is as we set it in the stock take capture program. Unit of measure remains inches. Quantity, and let's say we had 200 in the system, but we actually counted 120 on the floor. So then we will replace that quantity. Click on post. Yes. And you continue with this method until all the stock codes that have been selected or were included in your stock take selection criteria have been posted. After capturing all your stock codes, just to make sure that you didn't miss any, you can simply click on View and Captured Quantities by Stock Code, and make sure all the stock codes that were involved in your stock take selection criteria are ticked. Then once you're happy with that, you can simply exit the program. After the stock take has occurred and the new quantities have been captured, you can print the stock take variance report to see a list of variances. And where do we find this variance report? Click on Inventory, Stock take System, Reports, Stock take Variance Report. You can print the stock take variance report to see a list of variances between counted quantities and captured quantities. This stock take report can be produced as many times as it takes to ensure that the captured quantities are correct. And it will look something like this. In the variance report, you will have 3 columns under the quantity heading: saved, captured, and variance. The variance will basically be the difference between your saved and captured quantities. Once all the counting has been completed, and once the manager in charge of the stock take is satisfied with the final tallies, they will then run the stock take confirmation program, which is found under transaction processing under the stock take system. For a quick recap, click on inventory, stock take system, transaction processing, and there is stock take confirmation. The stock take confirmation program will then replace the quantities on hand values in the warehouse file with those that have been captured. So we run it, enter the warehouse that we're doing a stock take for, and we click start processing. Yes. Yes. Once you're happy with the stock take confirmation, then you can simply go to stock take query to check if anything has been left out. Click on single or list if you were doing a stock take for a list of warehouses. We did one, so I'll simply enter my warehouse, click on refresh, and no items show, which means all our stock takes have been accounted for, and that is it. Thank you for listening and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to connect with us on the various platforms and on our website. My name is Gino from Linkit. Thank you.